Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, I was sitting here trying to figure out a little jam from the new Eric Clapton album that we're going to talk about today, the Lady in the Balcony, the Lockdown Sessions. But before we get into it, as always, like, subscribe, hit the Patreon page up. Let's get a community of like-minded people together. Let's get a conversation started. So, Eric Clapton has released a new album entitled The Lady in the Balcony, The Lockdown Sessions. This is a live album. It was released November 12th, 2021. Now, before we really get into it, we'll talk some gear like we always do. But really for gear, this being acoustic mainly, except for the last three songs, he's pretty much using his standard Martin guitars and his Strat. So there you go. Now this is a 17 song live set in a studio with recording gear going, and it also has the accompanying movie DVD stream that you can watch if you're into that. So the thing that I want to talk about is, first we're going to get into my top three really quick. I know it's early in the video to get there. And honestly, for this set of music, I'm not going to give you a top three, because these Clapton songs are standard Eric Clapton jams that he has been doing for years. And that segues me into what I think of the album overall. Now, before I get into that, y'all do not blow me up for what I'm about to say. You comment below. I always want to get a conversation started. But this album, as much as I hate to say it, did not do it for me as an Eric Clapton album. Now, saying that, let me explain myself, because there's going to be some people that are going to say, hey, I watched your channel, you know, all four of you or whatever that watch it, and they're going to say, you know, bro, 6 or 7 weeks ago, you were just there watching the guy and you said he still got it. Yes, I did say that. I said that. But what I meant was as guitar playing and vocally, EC still has it. Now, if you watched my channel, and if you know me, and in my circle of musician friends and whatnot, you know that I hold Eric Clapton in high regard. On my personal list of guitar players, he would be in my top 5. He would battle out the top spot. 1 and 2 would be a battle between him and Duane Allman. Now that's a video for another time, but people that know me and people that's watched the channel can realize that I have a high respect for Eric Clapton. And still, at his age right now, he is probably better than 90% of the guitar players on the planet. It's there. I said that. Now, my rating for this album is, I have to give this 2 jams out of 5. Now let me explain before you set your keyboard ablaze, calling me a moron or an idiot or a hypocrite or whatever. One thing about this that I enjoyed is the performance is really good. EC's voice is good. The playing is good. It's him, Steve Gadd, Nathan East, and his longtime keyboardist, Chris. Now, those are all his touring band partners in crime that he has had for years. And when I just saw him back in September, these guys were with him. Now, Eric has been in the headlines for his anti-vaccination music, his view on that. That's his personal belief. He has a right to do that. Art reflects that. So the song that he put out was his right to do it. It was his thoughts on it. Agree or disagree with that. Anybody that would have the opportunity to sit and watch this guy play acoustic guitar in a room with those guys would do it. There's very few people out there that I think would say, oh, I don't want to be around the guy, whatever. And there are people that feel that way, and I respect that. But for me, put me on a plane, fly me over the pond, let me sit and watch this guy jam with these guys. You know. Now, what I'm getting at is why I don't like this album. Bruh, Eric, and he probably won't ever see this, and that's okay. I hope if he does that he knows that I think he's one of the greatest guitar players ever. But Eric, bro, you're locked in a house for a year, and this is what we get. This is what we get. No new music. Yeah, you dug deep. Yeah, there's some covers on here that are tributes to some people, but the only new music that we have gotten from Eric Clapton was his anti-vaccination song, and I thought it was an okay song. It's very J.J. Cale, but this is like a follow-up to the Unplugged. Now, Unplugged was legendary. You know, I think it was like 7-time diamond, which is a lot of platinum, right? If y'all don't know that. Diamond is 10 times platinum. So 7 times that. This is more relaxed. The tempo is a little better. He's not playing for an audience, camera, TV, taping, whatever. They said, reading about it, his wife, you can see her in some of the video, like peek down in the window, so she's just kind of chilling, and they're all chilling, and it's kind of like a rehearsal, like, hey, let's knock the rust off. But again, you're at the crib, you're one of the greatest guitar players on the planet, and you can't write no new jam? I mean, I'm not Eric Clapton, obviously. You can tell by my guitar playing from the beginning of this video, but even I wrote some new songs during the shutdown, lockdown, pandemic thing. And not to sound ungrateful that he gave us this album, because he is in his elderly years, and no one is guaranteed tomorrow. I'm not, you're not watching this. He's not. The guys that's playing with him are not. But come on, man. Like, just could they have not gotten in the studio and been like, hey, let's drag some gear out, let's set some shit up, let's crank up, and let's jam. We'll record it, see what comes out. Like, I get that you want an equal footing, that you want to jam something that y'all all know, so you drag out some blues jam, and that's cool. But, like, you're telling me that deep down inside, there's no more new jam in this guy? I can't buy it. And that's the thing that I don't like about this album. And that's the reason that I had to give it 2 jams out of my 5 jam scale. I think, like I said, the vocal performance was great. His guitar playing was great. But I don't know. I want to see, or I personally, this is just me, would have liked to have seen Eric drag some Marshall stacks out, plug in his Strat, and be like, okay, here we go. So there you go. There's my take on it. I didn't give you a top 3 this time because we have heard these Eric Clapton jams for the last some odd decades. Not that I hate them. Don't go that route with me. I'm just saying that, come on. Please, EC. If you see this, hop in your Porsche, Ferrari, whatever, and go to the studio, call some cats, and let's play some jam. Guys wrote new jam. McCartney gave us a new album that he did all on his own. I mean, there are people out there that gave us new jam. I want to hear some new jam. I'm sorry. If y'all love this album, that's great. I think Sitting Around the House, it's great. Is it a follow-up to Unplugged? It may be just a hair bit better than Unplugged because he's more relaxed. These songs are very seasoned because he's played them a lot. But again, I want to hear some new jam. I want to hear some new jam. I can't say it enough. Say it one more time. Say it for the people in the back. I want to hear some new Eric Clapton jam. So there you go. Fire me up in the comments. That's fine. Say what you need to say. Comment, like, subscribe, hit the Patreon page. Be safe, keep rocking, and remember that music is love, and love is music. Until next time, keep rocking.